Why you wanna trip on me? Oh no, why you wanna trip on me? Why you wanna trip on me? We go do it like this. Why you wanna trip on me? Why you wanna trip on me? Round one, fight. Get over here. Finish him. Scorpion wins. Flawless victory. Fatality. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. And that was the easy part. I still can't believe actual adults asked me to come and do that tonight. That spins me out. I love that. From beatboxing and trying to copy the radio, you know, in the Solomon Islands with my neighbor sitting down next to it, trying to mimic the songs with no instruments, to this. Wow, I didn't see that coming, you know. So I'm pretty stoked to be here. Quick question. Have you made it? Have anyone out there, any of you guys made it? You know, we'll come back to that, but just for now, think about that one. I told some people I was doing this talk and that they invited me to come here and speak, and some of my friends, or peers, some of them laughed at me, and I didn't think that actually happened in real life. I thought it was just things that happen in the movies or in books, but no, it's real. They laughed and they were like, why are you going to talk about making it? Your band hasn't left the country, you don't fill stadiums, you don't have a chart topper. I felt nearly sorry for them and thought, wow, really? That's what it is to you? I know people who tour the world and still don't feel like they're making it yet. I hate that word. I hate the word yet. It takes away everything from the now. It cheapens what we're doing right now in this moment, you know, the current journey we're living in. I think if there's something that you see that you want to do, even if it's years away, and you're working towards it, no matter how slowly, I feel like you're making it right now, like you're already making it. And that's what I wanted to talk about, is the ing part, making it. I didn't want to talk about make it. I want to talk about making it. It's that ing part, I think, that is so important. It's making it real, making it happen, you know, making it work. I feel like that's the most important part of the whole journey, is just that little change in the word and the way you think about it. If you just thought about, you know, the made it thing, it's like you're working towards this moment, this one goal, and you're heading towards it your whole life, and everything you're doing isn't sort of as worthy as that moment that you're working towards. And then I just feel like, you know, personally, that it's just this moment, and you get there, and by its nature, it'll just have come and gone so quickly that You wouldn't have noticed it, and then what? I feel like we're making it right now. Every step we take towards any kind of goal or dream that we want to do, something that we love, then I feel like that's making it already. You know that feeling where you wake up in the morning and it's Monday and you think, oh man, all right, I got a whole week of this work thing to do. Let's just do it. Let's just make it happen. I don't get that feeling. You know that feeling where your boss, you've set up this beautiful display and your boss tells you to change it, move it to that side, and then you just move it, and then he goes, actually, it was better there. So you just do it, and you're fighting. I don't get that feeling anymore. Or that feeling where you want to leave that job you're doing because you're so sick of it, you hate it, but it's the only thing that's helping you do the rent and pay for food and all that kind of thing. I don't get that feeling. And I feel so lucky for that, and I feel like I'm making it because of that. I love every day, and I think that's one of the most important things. When I'm not at work, I'm doing things I love with people I love. When I am at work, I'm still doing what I love. I wake up when I want. I dress how I want, and I'm no high roller, but I still feel so rich. I feel like that's making it. And the trick to it all, I believe, it's so simple. We've heard it all before, and it is that simple, I think. It's do what you love. That's all it is, I think. And don't let that thing you love make you scared and think that people aren't going to like it, or people aren't going to pay for it, or you're not going to be able to turn it into something real, because like we saw Nolene tell us, it's really big place. And chances are that if you like something and love something enough, a lot of other people will too. I just think that, I can't tell you how to turn it into a business or a life. It's going to be different for every single person, but I can tell you this one main thing that helps me. It's don't replace the thing you love with the work you need. So the thing you love, do it. You have that work, don't forget about that thing you love, because the work is such good security, and it is. And once you get into it and everything gets kind of figured out and you start to pay your debts and everything's kind of easy, and which is great, and you're comfortable and you love that, but then you start to resent the work. And if you love it, I just think find the time to do it. Do it after work, do it on the weekends, find that time to just slowly build it and be great at it, which shouldn't be an issue because you love it, But also that work is so important too. This is not a talk about, ditch the work and go do the thing you love, because I don't want to be responsible for everybody trying that and, and be like, that guy said it's going to work, I just do what I love. The work is funding it. The work is funding your love, that thing for you to master your craft. It's being there, being the security. Let it work for you. Let it give you the opportunity to build this thing you love while someone else is paying you to do it. Like you go in there, you're working at it, but while you're at work, concentrate and think about that thing at home that you're going to do and build. Write songs when you get home, or paint pictures, or take photos of the sky. Make these things happen in your own time and let the work do it for you. I feel like the words are so important here for this thing. That difference between make it and making it. See, if we just concentrated on the made it would be, have you made it? Success. Or haven't you? Fail. And it's just so black and white, and I feel like any of us still breathing, because we're still doing things, we're working at something. And so I thought, does that mean we're just all currently in the fail bracket? And I don't like that. But if you're making it, then we're all succeeding, right now. I used to work retail, and I didn't hate it. I really liked my time there, actually. I had a great time, but I didn't love it. I had stories, I had songs I wanted to share with people. I didn't wake up every day sort of thinking of how I could do it better or excited about doing it. I used retail, and I used it to help me master my craft. I'd go home and I'd write these songs, and I'd feel myself doing them, and I'd learn the guitar, and slowly instead of just doing this work thing, I was becoming me, the music version, not just Karl Smith at work, but the Lyrical. And I was feeling so proud of that. I was out busking, and I was doing it as much as I could. I'd go out on, 2 nights a week. I'd do it 6 hours straight, and I did that for 7 years. I did it so long that we started getting these crowds, and they weren't just watching, they were getting involved, and they were cheering. And the venue across the street came over and said, like, you need to move. You need to do this somewhere else because this attention is taking away, attention from my venue. I was like, that's good. I don't know. I'm sorry. You can hire me to play there. And, we'll all be friends then if you like the attention. So we got the police to come move me. But they came, I showed them my license, and they were all good. And they were like, all right, that's all right. So I did my thing, went back home, came back a week later, and that venue manager was standing there waiting for me. And I was like, okay, here we go. I should have brought some people with me, but it's all right. He just said, he offered me a show, to play at his venue. I was like, this is it. I made it. All right. That's all it took. So I went across, did the gig, paid me in cash right after it, and it was just, I don't know, it didn't seem right. It was the smallest percentage of what I made just across the street by myself with my guitar case. So it just didn't feel right. So I went across the road, set up, started playing again. And he came up and he's like, what are you doing? I just hired you. And I said, yeah, but I can't, I'm trying to live off this. I can't live off this. This isn't right. I make much more right here, so I'm just going to do this. And I kept doing that. I sang until I lost my voice. I played until there was blood all over my guitar. I kept going as much and as hard as I could. And eventually I met more people walking past, and they offered me more shows, paid me fairer prices, and the rest is history. I also watched the venue across the street from me in those years change owners and change names more times than I can remember. So that was pretty cool. So I feel like I'm making it just through that. Also, this little sneaky thing, this just happened last week, so I thought I'd just throw it in here. I'll just throw it in real quick. But I play a lot of video games at home. I love video games, that's something I love. And it just really points to my point here that I got together with a friend, and we decided, well, we both love games. Let's just talk about them for fun. And we did this podcast thing and, just recorded a few. We're only 6 episodes in. And this new game came out that I was really interested in, so I wrote to the developers this crazy pipe dream idea, and I said, hey, your game looks really cool. We have a podcast, sort of. Here's a few episodes. And they wrote back, and they said, oh, yeah, cool, awesome, thank you. Here's a free game. Tell us what you think. I don't know what you guys think, but this is like a dream come true to me. I got a free game, from these developers. That's a different thing, but I was so excited. I'm like, this is going in my TED Talk right here. I'm doing it. So, I stuck it in it. And that just kind of reiterates my point here that inspiration is everywhere to live the way you want to live. Everywhere. I'm achieving my own personal dreams playing video games, not trying to force these things that I don't really love, that I think people think I should be doing. I'm singing and playing video games, and I'm loving it, and I feel like that's making it. So do what you love. I feel so blessed. I'm at home. I live at a house with a beautiful girl and a beautiful dog, and we have this awesome place, and I'm happy. I've had bottles thrown at me, death threats and all things, money stolen from me, and I bet you call this easy. The world will taunt and tease me. Give them my heart and soul, and that's where they leave me. Hatred, doubts, I heard it all, believe me. Get a real job, play something good for once. Wear a suit and a tie like you should for once. What about you stop judging if you could for once? I never backed down from where I stood, not once. Literally shed blood and cried countless tears for this. I worked so many goddamn years for this. I screamed to reach so many ears for this. So cheers for this, the chance to be heard. So many say to keep pushing's absurd. Like what would bring a man to give his all to this? It's music, it's life. I'll never alter this. So have you made it? I think you're already making it. Thank you.